Hello guys, welcome back to Island Smart World Grade 12. Today we will continue with Unit 4, Graduation and Choosing a Career, especially Lesson 2.3, Pronunciation and Speaking. Before we start, let's take a quick look at our lesson outline today. This will help you know what to expect and follow along easily. About lesson outline, let's introduce the structure of the lesson. I'll first introduce what we are going to do today so you can follow along step by step. This will make it super clear and organized for you. Warm up. We will begin with a quick warm up to get you thinking about today's topics. It will be something fun, light to energize you. Next, we will practice pronunciation, focusing on sentence stretch. I'll show you how to make your sentence sound natural and clear by emphasizing keywords like could. You'll get to listen, repeat, and practice. After that, we will move to practice speaking. You will talk about career, discuss their positive and negative, and find ways to make them better. I'll work with me and then try to partner on your own. Finally, we will wrap up lesson by reviewing what we've learned, and I'll give you a short and fun homework task to practice more. Let's talk about the objective of the lesson today. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to practice sentence stretch to make your speaking clearer and more natural. Second, talk about career using could to share ideas and solutions. Before we start today's lesson, let's quickly connect to what we learned last time. In our previous class on grammar, we practiced using the modal verb could. We learned that could can be used to express possibility. For example, you could become a software engineer. It can also be used for suggestion. Another example like, we could meet after school. And we use it to talk about past abilities like, when I was young, I could speak French fluently. Another use of could is, give a request politely. So let's start with our warm-up to review and prepare for the activity ahead. Let's go through each sentence together and ensure we'll fully understand their structure and meaning. Number 1. Here is the answer. Can you read aloud? Yeah, this sentence you could to express possibility in the future. The company has the potential to introduce a new product next year. Okay, number 2. Give your answer please. Okay, could also show possibility. Jane might be able to join us for lunch, but only if her schedule permits. If introduce a condition that makes the possibility happen. Number 3. Yes, correct. The sentence used could to talk about a past ability. When she was younger, she had the ability to speak French fluently. We use could to describe ability someone had in the past. Look at number 4. So your answer is? That's right. This shows possibility for a home future. Against, could it pairs with a base verb to express a potential action in the future. And the last one is number 5. Check. Correct. This is an example suggestion. The speaker is recommending that the listener try calling someone to check their availability. Okay, now notice that in all these sentences, could is used in different ways. 1. To express possibility. Sentence number 1, 2, and 4. To describe a possibility. In sentence number? Yes, number 3. To make suggestion. Number 5. Great work on the grammar section, guys. Now let's move on to pronunciation, especially focusing on sentence straight. Today, we will learn how to emphasize the word could to make a sentence sound stronger or more certain. Let me explain how it works. The first thing I would like you know more about sentence straight matter. When we give suggestion, prediction, or advice using could, emphasizing the word could make us sound more confident and sure about what we are saying. For example, you could get a good job. Here, the word could is straight to highlight possibility. Alright class, let's dive into the pronunciation section with a focus on sentence straight. When we want to sound more certain about a suggestion using the word could, we put extra emphasis or stress on the word could. This helps to highlight the importance of suggestion and makes your sentence sound stronger. You could get a job while completing your studies. Here's the word could is underlined to show where the stress sound. Now repeat after me. You could get a job while completing your study. Your turn. Now move to part B. Let's listen carefully to an audio recording. Pay attention to the underlined words, especially where the stress falls. I'll play it twice so you can follow along.
You could definitely be a great interior designer. You could definitely be a great interior designer. You could have some really difficult clients. You could have some really difficult clients.
Did you hear how the stress were placed on the word could in both sentences? By stretching could, we show certainty or confidence in our suggestion or prediction. Now, let's practice saying these sentences together. Repeat after me. You could definitely be a great interior designer. Your turn. Now this one. You could have some really difficult clients. Great job. You're really starting to sound more confident. Let's move to part C. In this task, do you listen to the sentence and identify which one doesn't follow the rule we learned in part A, where we stretch the word could for certainty. Let's listen carefully the audio.
Pronunciation. C.
You could work from home if it's easier. We could get some advice from a career center.
Which sentence doesn't have a stress on could? Number 1 or number 2? Yes, that's right. In sentence number 2, the word could isn't stressed as it should be. We need to make sure we emphasize could when we want to show certainty in our prediction or suggestions. To finish this section, let's practice stretching could together. Repeat after me. You could work from home if easier. Great work, guys! By focusing on sentence straight, we will sound much clearer and more confident when giving suggestions or making predictions. Now let's move on to part D. Practice reading sentences with sentence straight. The goal here is to emphasize the word could correctly. As we learned earlier, the sound confident and natural when giving suggestions or ideas. In this activity, you will practice reading sentences aloud to your partner. Remember to stretch the word could to highlight the certainty or possibility of the suggestion. Let's listen to the audio together first To hear how the sentences should be read in the correct sentence, notice where the stress is placed on the word could. Now let's start.
We could organize a movie night with friends this weekend. We could organize a movie night with friends this weekend.
We could explore the local farmers market for fresh produce and artisanal goods. We could explore the local farmers market for fresh produce and artisanal goods.
We could take up a new hobby like painting or photography to unwind after work. We could take up a new hobby like painting or photography to unwind after work. We could volunteer at a local charity to give back to the community. We could volunteer at a local charity to give back to the community.
Did you hear how the word could was read in each sentence? This makes the suggestion sound clear and more confident. Now let's practice reading these sentences together. Now it's time to practice with your partner. Take turns reading the sentences to each other. Remember that stress the word could. Speak clearly and confidently. Great work, guys! By stressing could, your sentence sounds more confident and natural. Keep practicing this skill whenever you give suggestions or idea in English. It will really improve your speaking. Let's take this confidence into the next part, speaking of our lesson today. Look at part A. Listen, then take turn talking about what could be good or bad in each job. Then ask, what could be done to make each job more enjoyable? In this activity, we'll ask and answer questions, just like having a conversation. Let's get started. Let's review the point about being banker on this slide. Some positive here. Make a lot of money. Bankers often earn high salary due to the financial responsibility and skill required in their roles. Have stable job. Bankers often enjoy job security as their profession. Some negative aspects have some rude clients. Dealing with clients who might complain or be difficult can make the job stressful. Work alone a lot. Bankers often spend time working with numbers or computers, which might feel isolating. Here are some suggestions for improvement. Make sure to have a good work-life balance. Setting boundaries between work and personal life is essential to avoid burnout. Take regular vacations. Taking breaks allow bankers to relax and recharge, improving their productivity and well-being. Let's listen first together before we move to pair dialogue.
Practice. Listen and practice.
You could make a lot of money as a banker.
Yes, but you could also have some rude clients.
What could you do to make it better?
You could make sure you have a good work-life balance.
Let's practice together before we move to the pair dialogue. I ask, and you can respond using a slide as a guide. Here's an example. You could make a lot of money as a banker. Your turn. You dare to make it better. Okay, now it's your turn. I don't like you to work in pairs with your friends. I'll give you 5 minutes to practice in pairs. Take turns asking and answering. Use the idea from the slide to create your dialogue. Okay, thumbs up. You practice asking and answering questions about a banker job. So the next part. Move to another job, interior designer. Let's base on the conversation you have just done with banker job. Let's pay attention. Based on interior designer descriptions, make a conversation just like bank job. You can see in this slide, it's focused on the roles of an interior designer, emphasizing both positive and negative aspects, along with possible improvements. Some positive aspects: your creative skill. Interior designers rely heavily on creative to design functional and visually appealing spaces. Work where designer may sometimes plan design remotely, allowing flexibility. Some negative aspects: have difficult clients. Some clients may be challenging, making the job stressful. Find it hard to keep up with the latest trends. Interior designers need to stay updated on industry trends, which can be demanding. You could find it hard to keep up with the latest trends as an interior designer. Here are some suggestions for improvements. Learn how to talk with your clients. Good communication helps avoid misunderstanding and build better relationships. Do research to avoid problems. Understanding clients' needs and exploring solutions can prevent issues. Now work with your partner. Take turns asking and answering questions about being an interior designer. Use a slide for ideas. The slide focuses on the roles of the interior designer, emphasizing both positive and negative aspects, along with possible improvements. Some positive aspects here: use your creative skill. Interior designers rely heavily on creativity to design functional and usually appealing spaces. Second, work from home. Interior designer make sometimes plan design remotely, allowing flexibility. And here are some negative aspects. Have difficult clients. Some clients may be challenging, making the job stressful. Find it hard to keep up with the latest trends. Interior designer needs to stay updated on industry trends, which can be demanding. You could find it hard to keep up with the latest trend as an interior designer. Here are some suggestions for improvement. Learn how to talk with your clients. Good communication helps avoid misunderstanding about and build better relationships. Do research to avoid problems. As you know, understanding clients' needs and exploring solutions can prevent issues. Now I'd like you to work in pair based on this prompt here. Talk about interior designer. You have 5 minutes to work with your partner. Let's get started. Alright. Okay, so now I will show you more job, editor and beautician. Now I'd like you to work in pair again. Your task is to think about one of the jobs on the slide, either the editor or the beautician. Here what you need to do: read the point on the slide carefully. Choose one good thing, one bad thing, and one way to make your job better. Speak out loud your answer. Take turn to give your answer in simple sentences using the prompts. You could blah 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 for the positive aspect. Yes, but you could also for the negative aspect. You could blah 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 for the improvements. Let's begin. Okay, thumbs up. Great work, guys. You practiced discussing the positive, negative, and solution for your job. Now it's time to practice using your own ideas. Think about any job you know or are interested in. It doesn't have to be one from the slides. Let's spend 5 minutes creating your own responses. What you need to do: 1. Do a job. 2. Write down one good thing, one bad thing, And one way to improve the job. Work with your partner to talk about your ideas. Okay, so now let's move to the next part. Could it be a good career? You're discussing future career with your friends. In pair, look at the job below. What are some aspects that could be good or bad for each job? You can see on the screen, they say, physical therapist. Let's explore what's good and bad about being a physical therapist and how to make it better. Here are some examples. Let's look at the points on the slide. Some positive aspects here. You could meet some really nice people as a physical therapist. Physical therapists work closely with patients and can form great relationships. Yes, correct. But here's negative aspect. Sometimes it might be hard to keep patients motivated. Not all patients enjoy therapies or want to follow the exercises. So here's a solution. You could learn ways to make training more fun to help patients try harder. Now, let's practice speaking. Let's speak out loud. So next slide, you are talking about influencer. Use prompts. You could blah 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 as a blah blah blah. I think. Another job like yoga instructor, entrepreneurs. Both jobs have a good and bad sides. Let's explore what they are and how to turn challenges into positives. What do you know about these jobs? Can anyone describe them? Let's think about the positive and negative of each job. Look at the picture and imagine that might be good or challenging about these roles. Let's practice talking about this job. Who would like to share your ideas about being a yoga instructor or entrepreneurs? Let's think about the future. What career do you want to pursue? Okay, let's move to the next part. What career do you want to be in the future? Discuss the positive and negative as well as way to make some of the negative things positive. Let's think about the future. What career do you want to pursue? Today we will discuss software engineers as an example. We will look at these positive challenges and how to make the negative more positive. Let's continue discussing software engineers as a career, why it has many positives like high demand, salary potential, creativity. While it has many positives, there are also some challenges. Today, we will focus on identifying those challenges and brainstorming ways to make them more manageable. While it has many positives, there are also some negative like high pressure, long hours, technical challenges. Today, we will focus on identifying those challenges and brainstorming ways to make them more manageable. Now, let's think of ways to overcome these challenges. Now, work with your partner. Choose one challenges from the list: high pressure, long hours, or technical challenges, and discuss how to solve it. Take turns sharing your ideas. You have 5 minutes to talk about this. Thank you. Now, I want you to move to the next part. Join another pairs. Discuss your ideas. Do you agree? What other advice do you have? Together, you will share your idea about the challenges and solutions you discussed earlier. Here, what you need to do. Take turns sharing one challenge and solution from your pair discussion. Listen carefully to the other pair's idea. Discuss if you agree with suggestion. If not, explain why. Offer additional advice or alternative solution if you can think of any. Excellent work! You not only share your own ideas, but also learn from the others. This kind of collaboration is important for solving problems in real life. Now it's time to all of you to take a moment to reflect on what we learned today. We learned about pronunciation with sentence stretch. Regarding speaking, we explored different careers, their positive, negative, and how to turn the negative into opportunities. You also practice sharing and discussing ideas in pair and group. Now for your homework, let's review sentence stretch. In English, some words are stretched more than others in a sentence. They are usually the important words that carry meanings. Let's practice identifying and stretching important words in a sentence. Second, complete the writing exercises on page 23 in your workbook. This will help reinforce the idea we discussed in class. Prepare for the next lesson. Look at lesson 3.1, listening and reading on pages 47 and 48 in your textbook. Read through the pages and get familiar with the content. Don't forget to visit www.aduhome.com.vn and play the consolidation games for extra practice. This will help you to review today's lesson and prepare for the next class. Stay positive and have a nice day, guys. Remember that learning is a journey and every small step counts. Keep practicing your skill and don't forget to smile and stay optimistic. See you next time. Bye bye.